One of the few things all people have done throughout human history, regardless of ethnicity, nationality, gender, or age, is create art. Hi, my name is Nathan Jardy. Today I'd like to tell you all a little bit about the culture around making and enjoying art, which is something that's very near and dear to my heart. I want to tell you a little bit about what art meant to people in the past, in the present, and what art means to me on a very personal basis. So, with that being said, let's delve a little bit into the past and discover what art meant to people. For the longest time, art wasn't a skill that specific people went into. It was something everyone enjoyed for the sheer purpose of making something. That's not to say art didn't have more specific purposes. It did. For instance, some pieces of art were to denote a religious connotation, piece of faith. Some pieces of art were to remember a loved one or to give them reverence. Other pieces of art were for more practical skills, like denoting what animals live nearby or recording major events. You see these all the time. But something that shocked me, as in today's world, art is something that's considered you go into, it's a job. But in the past, everyone made art, whether that be written or sculpture or just a simple smudge. It was very common. Not so much anymore. I'm going to tell you a little bit why that is. During the Industrial Revolution, lots of people from small villages came into big towns. When they did that, they started working in factories. Things were no longer homemade, in a way. People had less time and things got industrialized or standardized. So less people had time to make art. It eventually faded from the public consciousness that everyone did it. I think this is a shame. Art is a skill that everyone should be able to enjoy. When I was young, I was told that I'd be an artist. That still holds true today. But the fact that someone told me I was going to be an artist, well, I think everyone can make art. Doesn't that make everyone an artist? I want to ask you, the audience, a question. The next time you have a free minute, take out a piece of paper and a writing utensil. Just scribble something. Or if you have stones or something, just make something. Write something. Scribble something. It doesn't even have to be good. And when you do, I think you'll get a feeling that I get all the time. When I'm making something, it makes me so happy. Whether anyone else enjoys it or not. Just being around people. Making things. That's something that I think is the most important part of art. It's the fact that when you make something and other people around you see it, or even if they don't see it, you know that you made it, right? I'm sure this might be a bit confusing, but what I'm trying to say is when people make creative endeavors, when people just make something for the sake of making it, it makes you feel good, right? I think that's something we've lost. The culture around art, to put it very simple, some people see artists as a high reverence. They create things for people to enjoy. Some people see art as a waste of time. You could be doing something much more productive. Some people see art as just a job. I see art as something all people should do to any extent. Just be creative. Art isn't a job. Art isn't something that needs to be revered. Art is just something humans do. I think we've forgotten about that just a little bit. So, in conclusion, art in the past was something all people did to enjoy. They also did it for specific purposes. When we moved into the Industrial Revolution to today, art became less of something everyone did, and became more something that only a few special individuals did. It was no longer a unanimous trait among humans. But to me, I think art is something that we all do in our own special ways. When I think of art, I don't think of a painting. I think of creativity, the force that makes humans keep going forward. That's why I think art is. So, art is something all humans have done. I believe art is something all humans will continue